All right, last night there was another 600 drones from Russia to Ukraine. 600 drones. We are at the end of September. Now, this, I can't help but think about the conversations I had when I was in St. Mark's Square in Venice in March-ish. One conversation was with a Russian father, that I've talked about this conversation often, and the other was with two young women from Ukraine that were studying in Venice, and two different occasions. But the Russian father, long story short, told me about his daughter moving to Ukraine and his son being in the Russian military and was one of those first set of people that were sent into Ukraine for the training exercise. Cell phones were taken away, everything, and then when they got to the Ukraine, they were told basically get them all, that type thing, and then they turned themselves in. Some of them turned themselves into Ukrainian farmhouses and got cell phones and were able to call family and got fed and got taken care of and blah, 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 blah. Well, this gentleman, his son, was 2 cities down from where his daughter was living for the last 6, 8 months or whatever that. And none of these people wanted to go on camera. This was, life or death type stuff, so I understood, but I did record voices and all that. And I refer to them to make sure I'm being accurate. But the story goes, the son called the father after calling the daughter, after getting the orders that the military was instructed to just wipe out all the Ukrainians. All he thought of is the military. He was supposed to be deployed in the same city as his sister, and he was going to basically visit her as a surprise. Well, the surprise was lock yourself in a closet, don't let anyone answer the door, this is the orders we were given, hide. Then the Ukrainian the family drove him to get his sister and then to meet with the father. Now, hearing that story directly from a father, dad to dad, is probably the most emotionally powerful epiphany moment of my life. Then a few days, a night later, something like that, I ran into these two young women, 20, 21-ish, college students studying political science, the world economy, and they both supported. I asked them who they supported. They said they supported Donald Trump. I asked them why. I said because he promised to end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours. That was it. Obviously, they weren't able to vote and all that. They're not U.S. citizens, but I was interested in why. Because why people support this man is very, 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 very important. Because if they support them because he said he's going to end the war in 24 hours, and 24 hours went by a long freaking time ago, and it's gotten worse and worse, and as I open this video, 600 drones in one night, as the jackass himself are trying to pretend that it's all under control and he and Vladdy have a great whatever the bullshit story of the week is. The fact of the matter is, he has let people down in spectacular ways and cost tens of thousands of lives in two countries, only two countries, and a lot more than that in others. So the support that he has or had worldwide has been chipped away at nonstop. And these families that are literally betting everything on the President of the United States keeping his promise. The President, doesn't matter who it is, the President of the United States made promises. The world relies on those words from him or her, whoever. But in this case, when you look at the reality here with the things that have happened and the amount of faith the uninformed put in him, and in America there's no reason for that because the information's there. There's reason, Europeans. We need to promise ourselves to stand united and to stand for everyone worldwide who are also counting on him. that he lied to them too. They will learn of what's going on in this country if we keep sharing. If we use our platforms that we have to communicate with people worldwide in what's really, really going on in this country, simply because they are under attack of similar type of authoritarians. They are under attack as well. And the more they know about what's actually happening in this country, the more the world will recognize that the American democracy that they looked at as impenetrable has been dismantled in many ways. But the greatness of America will reform, rebuild, and take the power back. Because that is what we do. This is not the first time this has happened in this country. This is the first time with the technology and the weaponry that we have, but this is not the first time. United we stand now applies to the world, not just coast to coast here. United includes everyone else that was counting on this douche nugget too. And the reason they're trying to shut the communications between the United States and other countries is so we don't see them standing up for us, and they don't see us standing up for them. That is why this is being split the way it is. That is why different algorithms in different countries are being messed with. That is why everything happens for a reason if you pay attention to the big picture of the Trump show. So from the heartbreak in Russia, in Ukraine, and as we know in Gaza, the rest of the world is uniting in the form of flotillas and the military ships that are now guiding the flotillas to their final destination to feed the Palestinians who are being bombed and starved out of their own homes because of some real estate deal made years and years ago from Uncle Benji, the Godfather, Jared and Trumple Thinskin. I got kicked off the creative program before the war started for talking about that business deal. And that's no great feat to know. That's just knowing this man and what he's always done. It's the same shit, different level, with more powerful partners. The pattern's the same, the scams are the same. It just went from real estate and false business stuff to crypto. And having Trump properties in every country that didn't want to pay tariffs, or a $400 million plane, or a $200 million ballroom, or repaving the Rose Garden, or painting everything gold in the White House. None of it is what any of us wanted. Standing united, we can stop this. And the bonus round is we all get together worldwide like what is happening. The citizens, the 99%, will have the power to not only stop it here, but stop it in other countries too. Because this united front isn't just because of Trump. There's mini Trumps all over the place. United we stand, united we win. And every time we fight, they back down. Because there's more of us than them. So stay diligent, stay educated, and be kind. Because worldwide, we are all in this together. God bless. Be safe.